Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fluent Path English. I'm James.
And I'm Emily. Thanks for joining us today. James, have you ever seen someone act in a way that made you think something might be wrong?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes a small action can set off a big reaction from the people around them.
Exactly. And that's what happens in today's dialogue. A simple observation quickly turns into a conversation full of concern and strong reactions.
You'll hear useful expressions for noticing changes in someone's condition, reacting to unexpected situations, and responding to other people's comments.
Right. It's a great example of how a casual moment can suddenly become a lively exchange.
All right, let's jump into today's dialogue for the first time.
What's wrong with you? Why are you scratching so much?
I feel itchy. I can't stand it anymore. I think I may be coming down with something. I feel lightheaded and weak.
Let me have a look. Whoa, get away from me!
What's wrong?
I think you have chicken pox. You're contagious. Get away. Don't breathe on me.
Maybe it's just a rash or an allergy. We can't be sure until I see a doctor.
Well, in the meantime, you're a biohazard. I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I've heard that you can even die if you get it as an adult.
Are you serious? You always blow things out of proportion. In any case, I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath.
Ew.
That escalated quickly. We heard a pretty realistic sequence, noticing symptoms, jumping to conclusions, and trying to stay safe.
Right, and the reactions in this dialogue are pretty strong. The tone is a mix of worry and humor.
Exactly. And the man balances it with a more cautious approach. Maybe it's just a rash or allergy. Better to wait for a doctor's opinion.
Good reminder that when health's involved, it's fine to be careful, but also important not to panic.
Right. And now, let's take a closer look at some of the key phrases from this dialogue.
All right, let's start with the phrase, "What's wrong with you?"
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
This phrase is used when you notice something unusual about someone.
Right, and in the dialogue, the woman sees the man scratching a lot and asks this.
Yes. For example, you look upset. What's wrong with you? This means you are asking about the problem you notice.
Okay, next is the word scratch.
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 To scratch means to rub your skin with your nails when it feels uncomfortable.
And in the dialogue, "Why are you scratching so much?" means she sees him doing it again and again.
Yep. For example, the mosquito bite made me scratch my arm all night. This means I kept rubbing my skin because it was itchy.
Next up is the word itchy.
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 When you feel itchy, your skin has an uncomfortable sensation that makes you want to scratch.
And in the dialogue, the man says this to explain how uncomfortable his skin feels.
For example, these new wool socks make my feet itchy. And this means my feet feel uncomfortable and I want to scratch them.
Now let's look at I can't stand it anymore.
I can't stand it anymore.
I can't stand it anymore.
Here, stand means to tolerate or to endure.
And in the dialogue, the man says this because the itching is too much for him.
For example, it's so hot in here, I can't stand it anymore. This means the heat is too much and I can't tolerate it.
Okay, next is the phrase come down with.
Come down with.
Come down with.
This phrase means to become sick with a particular illness.
And in the dialogue, I think I may be coming down with something means the man thinks he's starting to get sick.
Exactly. For example, I think I'm coming down with the flu. This means I feel like I am starting to catch the flu.
Finally, let's check out lightheaded.
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 If you feel lightheaded, it means you feel dizzy or like you might faint.
And in the dialogue, the man says, I feel lightheaded and weak, showing he feels unstable.
For example, after running in the heat, I felt lightheaded. This means I felt dizzy and close to fainting.
Exactly. These are all super useful expressions when describing how you feel.
Right. And now, let's listen to the dialogue again and see if you can catch these phrases in action.
What's wrong with you? Why are you scratching so much?
I feel itchy. I can't stand it anymore. I think I may be coming down with something. I feel lightheaded and weak.
Let me have a look. Whoa, get away from me!
What's wrong?
I think you have chicken pox. You're contagious. Get away. Don't breathe on me.
Maybe it's just a rash or an allergy. We can't be sure until I see a doctor.
Well, in the meantime, you're a biohazard. I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I've heard that you can even die if you get it as an adult.
Are you serious? You always blow things out of proportion. In any case, I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath.
Ew.
Hearing it again, what I notice most is the rhythm of the exchange. Short, sharp lines that make the conversation feel fast-paced.
Yes, and that pacing really adds to the sense of urgency. It feels like each speaker is cutting in quickly, which creates tension.
Another interesting point is the contrast between humor and seriousness. Even though the topic is concerning, the ending lightens the mood.
Right. It's a good example of how conversations can shift tone quickly, going from dramatic to humorous in just a few lines.
Exactly. Paying attention to pacing and tone can help learners sound more natural in their own conversations. All right, now let's move on and explore more useful phrases from this dialogue.
All right, let's start with the word chickenpox.
Chickenpox.
Chickenpox. So, chickenpox is a childhood disease that causes red spots and itching on the skin.
Yeah, exactly. And in the dialogue, when the woman says, "I think you have chickenpox. You're contagious," she means the illness can spread easily. Contagious means it can be passed from one person to another.
Right. For example, my son has chickenpox, so he has to stay home from school. This means he caught the disease and can't go near others.
Okay, next is the word rash.
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 A rash is an area of red, irritated skin that can appear for many reasons.
And in the dialogue, maybe it's just a rash or an allergy, means the man thinks it might be something less serious.
For example, she got a rash after touching the new soap. This means her skin reacted badly and turned red.
Now let's look at biohazard.
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 A biohazard is something dangerous to people because it carries disease or harmful material.
And in the dialogue, the woman jokes, "You're a biohazard," meaning the man is risky to be around.
For example, the lab workers wore suits to protect against biohazards. This means they wore protection from dangerous germs.
By the way, Biohazard is the Japanese title of a famous movie and game series, which is known as Resident Evil in English.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. English and Japanese titles can be very different. Like the movie series Fast and Furious is called Wild Speed in Japan.
All right, next phrase is blow things out of proportion.
Blow things out of proportion.
Blow things out of proportion.
This phrase means to exaggerate a situation and make it sound worse than it really is.
Exactly. And in the dialogue, the man says, "You always blow things out of proportion," meaning she overreacts.
For example, he blew the small mistake out of proportion and acted like it was a disaster. This means he treated a small problem as if it were huge.
Finally, let's talk about oatmeal bath.
Oatmeal bath.
Oatmeal bath.
Oatmeal is a type of food made from oats.
And an oatmeal bath means soaking in water mixed with oatmeal to calm itchy skin.
In the dialogue, the man says, "I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath," meaning he wants relief from the itching.
Yes. For example, she took an oatmeal bath to soothe her sunburn. This means she used oatmeal in the water to calm her skin.
Phew, that was a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, totally. Those were all the key phrases.
Right. And now, let's listen to the dialogue one last time and see if you can notice these phrases in context.
What's wrong with you? Why are you scratching so much?
I feel itchy. I can't stand it anymore. I think I may be coming down with something. I feel lightheaded and weak.
Let me have a look. Whoa, get away from me!
What's wrong?
I think you have chicken pox. You're contagious. Get away. Don't breathe on me.
Maybe it's just a rash or an allergy. We can't be sure until I see a doctor.
Well, in the meantime, you're a biohazard. I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I've heard that you can even die if you get it as an adult.
Are you serious? You always blow things out of proportion. In any case, I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath.
Ew.
All right, we're back. Hopefully you picked up some useful expressions for talking about symptoms and staying cautious without panicking.
Yeah. These phrases are super useful when you need to describe how you feel or set boundaries, like keeping distance, especially during cold and flu season.
And you know, not everything that makes you itchy or uncomfortable is serious. Sometimes it's just an allergy acting up.
Exactly. Allergies can cause a lot of confusion because the symptoms might look similar to a cold or something more serious. But usually, they're triggered by things like pollen, dust, or certain foods.
Right. And being able to explain, I have an allergy, is really useful. It helps people understand you're not contagious, just sensitive to something.
That's such an important distinction. It can calm people down and avoid unnecessary panic.
Exactly. Whether it's at home, at work, or on public transport, clear communication helps everyone stay safe and calm.
And remember, when in doubt, it's always fine to check with a medical professional rather than guessing.
All right, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review.
We'll be back soon with more real-life English conversations.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.